Well, welcome to Manchester United video. I hope you share with me some of the great moments of the season. And what I've done is I've picked up several games over the season, which I think, and I'm sure you will agree, they were absolutely enthralling, exciting, entertaining matches, full of action, drama, controversy. So sit back and enjoy them with me. I know you will. It's difficult to talk about the season without involving the Merseyside, and Everton, of course, came up against us 3 times. Probably one of these days we'll never, no Manchester United support will ever forget the day that the tribute to Sir Matt Busby, the Saturday after he died, and it was a very, very moving day for everyone concerned, very emotional day for everyone. And I think in that day, probably at the end of it, the audience will be looking up from down there, up there, and looking down and saying, "Alec, I've seen it before," because we played so well that day and missed so many chances. You got to say to yourself, "For goodness sake, surely you're not going to lose this one," because that can happen. You know, you play a game of football and you get so many chances. Sometimes they're not going to go in, and you end up losing them, or you end up drawing them or something. But fortunately, we managed to squeeze home with Ryan Giggs' headed goal in the first half. But I have to say, I really did enjoy the performance. We played some beautiful football, exciting stuff, and very, very unfortunately to score the 1 goal.
This is the game that Alex Ferguson said he could well do without, coming so soon after Sir Matt Busby's death. But I'm sure in a stadium brimming with reflection that United players will be particularly keen to produce a fitting display as their own tribute to his glorious memory. Well, we shall see in this next 90 minutes or so. Everton, of course, with matters of their own to sort out. Not going through the best run of form at the moment. That won't put off Manchester United at all. Here's Cantona. The Old Trafford fans already in good voice, as you would expect. And maybe it's almost too much for us to expect United to put on a really entertaining display. I know they're capable of it. Here's Irwin, leaving it instead. Roy Keane. Up towards Cantona. Well, it was nearly the perfect start to the afternoon. Roy Keane's ball in, Eric Cantona's header and cushioned wide. And Alex Ferguson, I'm sure, has instilled the importance of a good display today. Beagrie. And again. Loves to show dummies before actually turning the opposite way, does Peter Beagrie. As he does there. Bang on cue. Away by Irwin. Here's Giggs. Listen to the excitement around Old Trafford when he gets the ball. Is it any wonder why? Brilliant from Giggs, all the way, just falling to the ground at the last minute. But that is a real sign that he's in the mood. From inside his own half, Ryan Giggs stretched the legs. The balance was perfect. First it was Jackson, then it was inside Snowden. But he just couldn't quite get a firm enough shot away to beat Southall. He's obviously keen to make an impact today. And that's only good news for the fans who have packed in to Old Trafford tickets at a premium. Here's Bruce. And he was hesitating, waiting for the bounce to come his way. Cottie's in here. And Schmeichel blocks him. And he's furious with Bruce. Well, Bruce just hesitated, wasn't sure whether to attack the ball on the full or whether or not to wait for the bounce, and once he was caught in two minds, Cottee was away. There's no better man at narrowing the angle than the big Dane. And it's just a corner rather than anything more serious for Everton. Here's Angel! Oh, and Schmeichel again to the rescue. A pat on the back for Angel. And it looked like the first goal was going the way of the visitors. That's a good header and a lovely reaction save. Two saves in a minute for Peter Schmeichel. And Everton clearly are not caught up in the emotion of the day. It's down to business. And Schmeichel in a hurry to get Kanchelskis away. Is that out of play? It certainly is now. And that'll be a throw to Everton, I think, for the first ball. Stewart. Ebrel. That's the Everton fans in voice now, heartened by those two early sorties forward. Here's Hughes, though, doing well. Cantona. Looking up all the time, weighing up the options. Giggs! Lovely ball from Cantona. Giggs immediately thanking him for the service. His header just looping over the top. But there you are, the thumbs up to the Frenchman. Little scoop up, that's what it was, rather than a driven ball. And Giggs couldn't quite angle the header. But certainly a promising opening from United, and indeed the visitors. Snowden. Away by Bruce. Irwin. Giggs. A bit of head tennis, someone looking to get it under control on the ground, but it's a free kick. John Ebrel rather getting tangled up with Mark Hughes. And a free kick right on halfway. United fans sending up the volume, hopefully to herald the opening goal for their side. Parker. Kanchelskis hugging the right touchline. Cantona's made a move away. Kanchelskis has got away from his marker. There is Cantona! Southall blocking his path. It was certainly a good header from Cantona, but Southall was in the right place at the right time, and it was perhaps an easier save than had his positioning been a little more central. Just managed to get in the way. The move not over yet, though. Kanchelskis has Parker to his right. Gone alone. And again, Southall's exemplary positioning, making it look easy. But it wasn't all that easy, the previous save. Cantona's header from point blank. But I think the anticipation of the Welsh goalkeeper partly responsible for parrying that away. given away to Ince. Ince on the charge. Red shirt streaming away to both left and right. Here's Giggs. He's got round Jackson, but Jackson stuck doggedly to the task, and it's another corner to United. United very much now on the ascendancy. And the noise is as a result of that early pressure. Cantona! Off the line by Ebrel. Southall was beaten there, no question. And twice Cantona's been denied. Here's Kanchelskis. Had he taken it too far? Well, he certainly maybe had done, but Southall much easier to gather that one than the previous effort, which had him beaten. Giggs' driven corner. Cantona rising superbly. Southall did his best, but Ebrel was on the line. Bruce. Hughes trying to guide it on, rather got it wrong. Cantona. No fouls as a referee. Play on. Kanchelskis ball in. Giggs at the far. Jackson taking no chances. Another corner to United. Jackson not sure why it was he that was left to do the marking at the far post there. Making his opinions felt. And another Ryan Giggs corner. Not the best. Everton had everyone back for that, and therefore United can gather up and keep the pressure on. Kanchelskis from Keane's ball in, and that's into the side netting. Low driven ball. Give him the benefit of the doubt and say that was a cross. But Southall in too much of a hurry to take the goal kick, and United will have it again. Paul Parker. Ince coming to make it easy for the defender. Now asking someone to do the same for him. Pallister. Parker. Kanchelskis out to the right side. Goes instead towards Keane. Cantona used himself by going away from Keane. Keane in, Giggs! And there's the goal that has seemed coming for a while. 27 minutes. And at last, it's celebration time. Giggs and Ince with that famous routine. It was a very simple goal, really. Cantona and Keane on the edge of the area, and Ablett not sure who to go with. Keane, there was Giggs, and Southall can't get that one out. It's a good header from Giggs, not only the power, but the direction to take it away from the outstretched arm. 1-0. And it's certainly come at a time when United had threatened to pierce Southall's goal. And fittingly, it's the youngest man on the field, Ryan Giggs, who's got that goal. Very much a product of a youth system, which Matt Busby himself would have been proud. And here come a few more young players. Paul Ince to Roy Keane. Looking for more. Irwin. Lovely 1-2 with Hughes! Just by the upright. Terrific speed of the break. Irwin must have travelled 60-70 yards to get on the end of that move. One end to the other. Typical Manchester United. Hughes just used as a wall, really. And Irwin with an effort just by the post. And Championes is the sound greeting Manchester United, who lead 1-0 and could so easily be much more comfortable than that. Look at that from Giggs, he's away from Jackson. But good covering in the end from Neil Moore. But Giggs with some impish skill to get away from Jackson. Irwin's header on. Giggs had sized it up before the ball even arrived. And that's just magnificent, isn't it? But equally good defending. So another Giggs corner. We've seen the danger they can create already. Hughes trying to bash it first time. Irwin keeps it alive with Giggs. Irwin again. Another shot from Irwin! And again just going by the post. He's getting closer though, Dennis Irwin. Never afraid to support the forwards. But unfortunately for him, 2 shots in about 3 minutes have just swung away at the last. Well, Everton a little bit rocked by this pressure by Manchester United. Haven't really been in the game since that first 5 or 6 minutes. But here's Beagrie to try and change things. Oh, good tackle from Bruce. And Roy Keane back to help out. And Palliser to finish off the clearing. That's called teamwork, I think. Just run out of pitch in the end, and an Everton throw. But appreciative applause from the Manchester United supporters. Here's Cantona. Giggs making the run forward. Taking a defender with him is nothing else, and eventually it's Mark Hughes who shows. Irwin's gone to his left. Giggs just inside, goes to Ince instead. Looking for Hughes! Lovely ball from Ince. And I don't think we would have been surprised if Hughes managed to conjure up something from that. The supreme volleyer, just not quite able to get the touch he wanted. Still 1-0. Not for the want of trying, it has to be said. That goal after 27 minutes from Ryan Giggs. A header which I think in itself will please the Welshman. Not renowned for his heading, of course. Away by Bruce. Hughes. Cantona, brilliant. Lovely skill. This is a break from one end to the other. Cantona from Kanchelskis. Claims for handball. Waved away by Roger Gifford, who was, to be fair, very near to the incident. And Everton can come away. Stewart. Looking for Angel, but Bruce was not falling for any push or shove from Angel that might have thrown him off balance. And Kanchelskis can bring it away. Ince. Well, that's the end of an absorbing 45 minutes. And the only surprise, really, is there's only one goal to show for all the efforts. And the biggest surprise, I suppose, is that it came from the head of Ryan Giggs after 27 minutes. Not renowned for his heading, maybe, but it's a healthy enough scoreline. United 1, Everton 0.
The crowd were brilliant that day. They got behind us. You know, with a minute silence, the Everton fans were brilliant as well. You know, there was just, I think every player thought to themselves, you know, we've got to do well, we've got to win today. And it was a great team performance, you know, it was great skill, it was great flair, and I managed to get the goal, so it was a great day for me personally as well. I don't think we could have played much better, really. As you say, Eric was brilliant. You know, just the whole team played really well.
It's Old Trafford's biggest crowd of the season, some 44,750. One can only imagine how many thousands more would have loved to have been here on this emotional occasion. It's a half-time score of 1-0, but the promise of much more to come. And that's offside against Roy Keane. United immediately back into the attacking patterns they were in the first half. And the Old Trafford crowd back into the voice they were in the first half. Bruce away. Keane. And again the offside flag up. Everton have brought on a substitute, Stuart Barlow, to try and change things in an attacking sense for Everton. So maybe it's going to be a much more open second half, with both sides looking to advance into the opposition territory. Here's Beagrie, trying to do just that. Ince in the way. Ebrel. Jackson. Arshika. Ebrel had held his position on the edge of the area, but hadn't pulled any United players out with him. Cantona spreading the play majestically from left to right. Here's Kanchelskis. Bigri's come back to try and make a nuisance of himself. Got a challenge in, but Ince can come away. Good shot. Too hot to handle, in fact. Southall falling away to his left side. Ince certainly had enough venom in it, but not enough accuracy on this occasion. Good shot. Not his stronger foot, the left, but not afraid to shoot with it. Irwin. Asking a little too much of Ryan Giggs. I suppose if Ryan Giggs can't catch a ball, then it must be played too far in front of him. Here's Cantona. Keane. Strong enough to ride the challenge. It wasn't a bad shot at the end of it either. Hands on hips maybe, but he may not have been scoring with the regularity he was at Nottingham Forest, but he's certainly always in the right positions to perhaps make an impact. Not too far away on that occasion. Just a shake of the head though to show for the attempt. Bigri heading it on. Angel. United again falling an Everton move very early on and come away with the ball themselves. Giggs. Cantona. Still. Oh, that was tremendous from Eric Cantona. A turn and shot all in one movement. Appeared to have done everything right, but the right hand post said no way. Look at that. A trap, a turn, a shot. Looked all to be correct. But the post just not playing ball on this occasion. It's still United press, and still Cantona looking for the ball. Wants it from Kanchelskis. Kanchelskis alone off the bar. Ablett got the deflection. Hughes the foul. And it's still 1-0. The woodwork hit twice in a minute. Kanchelskis going alone. Ablett, a wicked deflection, took it away from Southall. And once again, his goal came to his rescue. The bar this time. And Everton just can't dwell on the ball. United with a bit between the teeth, no question about it. Here's Kanchelskis again. Ablett again trying to stop him. Hughes, Kanchelskis, Cantona. Little back heel almost reaches Giggs, and Everton anywhere will do at the moment. Tremendous pressure on the Everton goal. And it's no wonder that the Manchester United fans are on the edge of their seats, expecting more. The guided ball in towards Kanchelskis. Keane, away by Ebrel, and oh dear. That's not the best volley Gary Palace has ever struck. Perhaps a sign of how confident the United players are, that they're prepared to have a go from anywhere at the moment. Still defending to do at the other end. Bruce to Schmeichel. Kanchelskis, Hughes. Showing great determination. What else would you expect though from him? Here's Kanchelskis. Chance to get round the back. Right across the face. Giggs! Never quite settled himself. And of course it was on the right, not the left side. Never quite got over the top of it, did Ryan Giggs. And the shot, therefore, was always going to rise. Kanchelskis ball in, away from the Everton defenders. But not the finish to match the build-up. Pallister. Irwin just losing out to Barlow. United are strong enough to clear up anything, and even Schmeichel's getting in on the act now. Very delicate little slide rule pass to Bruce. Cantona, little short, but Ince is far too strong in the challenge. And United build again with Giggs. He's going away from Jackson again. The cross isn't bad either. Good header from Ablett just in front of Hughes. And another corner. Well, Well, Everton, to their credit, haven't wilted under this torrent of pressure. And it's Ablett on this occasion to their rescue. Hughes loitering with great intent there. And incredibly, it's still 1-0. Cantona's corner to try and change it. Too deep for Pallister. Keane! Just again by the post. Well, he's getting the opportunities on the edge of that box, hoping to gather up any crumbs from the corner. And he did well to steady himself, and Southall's desperate lunge just showed how close he thought it was going to his goal. Bruce, lovely ball. Giggs, Cantona, won't come down! And again a last-ditch challenge, this time from Neil Moore, is the only thing stopping Manchester United from doubling the scoreline. The first time ball in, that's what really opened up the Everton defence, but Moore was back defending well. And if it hasn't been Southall that's been defending well, it's been his goal frame. The post and the bars come to his rescue twice. Not to mention the determined efforts of the defenders in front of him. And they're going to be called into action again as Roy Keane brings it away. Forced to go backwards on this occasion. Ince, Keane. Good little dummy by Hughes. Ince trying to force his way through defenders. Parker, great challenge on Beagrie. Here's Kanchelskis. To the byline. Great ball in! Oh, it was close. Hughes was nearly there. Ince was there. But so too was Moore. And again an Everton body getting in the way. Here's Ince. Charged down again. Again it was Moore. And Ablett just thumping it forward. Anywhere will do for Everton at the moment. And who can blame them, to be honest? A wave of red. Just not giving them a second's breather. Ince. Pallister. Defenders supporting the attackers. Oh, brilliant from Giggs. Better from Cantona. Pallister. Well, if the finish would have matched the approach, we would have had a goal of the season. No question about it. It's very rare that a back heel is seen in the game to this effect. But when you see two back-to-back, you know it's a sign of a team who are very much in form. Pallister's shooting not quite up to the standard of the back heels. Beagrie. Bruce in the way. Kanchelskis. He's got round Ablett. Cantona. Hughes. Cantona. Surely. Oh, Southall palming it over the top. And Cantona shakes the head, as well he might, and wonders whether he's ever going to get on the score sheet at all today. Hughes losing control under the attentions of Jackson, and that's a brilliant save from Southall. Just enough strength to help it over the bar. But United are really entertaining the crowd in a way that really we had no right to expect. The emotions running as high as they have been today. And still United press for more. First time from Keane! Well, he certainly met it with enough power, but not the accuracy that he would have liked. And Southall has still only one goal conceded against his name. Ebrel. Maybe Everton can string a few passes together and get themselves in an attacking role. Something they've very rarely done throughout the game so far. Here's Beagrie. And again, the move breaking down. Comfortable. Bruce it was this time. Here's Giggs. Players running to his left and right. And he's using them to good effect all the way! Well, that would have been a goal to treasure for Ryan Giggs. From his own half, a similar run in the first half, you might remember. This one, perhaps even better, suddenly just put the foot on the gas pedal, right through the heart of the defence, but Southall's positioning denied him. Tremendous run though. And the more the game goes on, the more you feel that it is destined to end 1-0, maybe not. Cantona this time, surely! No! It's the post again, and theatrical little clasp of the arms by Cantona, as if to say, it's not my day. Hughes' ball in, Cantona looked up, Southall beaten, and again the post to his rescue, and he wants it again. But Snowden will make sure he doesn't get it on this occasion. Whistles all round, and that's it. The end of a glorious performance from Manchester United. It may only be 1-0 when they come to look back on the scoreline in a few years' time, but the United fans who packed Old Trafford to the rafters today will remember a game rich in entertainment that's been a fitting tribute to Sir Matt Busby.
We got in the League Cup the round before the quarters, and just 2 or 3 weeks previously we had beaten them, and very luckily beat them. It may be said that they had a lot of possession of the ball. We'd just come off a midweek trip. I think it was a European game. I think it was the Galatasaray actually, after the home match against Galatasaray. And it was important for us to win it. And we did very well, in the sense of getting the result. We defended well, there was a good determination about us. And to win games, you need a goal. But when you get a goal like we Sharpe scored that day, then it's something you always remember.
It's a bad clearance, straight to Barlow. Barlow attacking Bruce and then showed much too much of the ball and easily cleared by McClare. Ablett, touch from Barlow, checked. Hinchcliffe goes for the return from Beagrie. He's got a bit of space and he's got Beagrie supporting and he can cross. Beagrie, crowd beginning to sense maybe something here for Everton. Hinchcliffe a chance to cross again. Not so successfully this time. Still harassing. Inchway to Cantona. Good tackle. Beagrie. Beagrie looks for the right foot. Schmeichel anticipating and picking up on the half volley with ease. Holmes for Everton. Ablett. Hinchcliffe. Cottie's header for Barlow. Ward, get away from Keane. Watson. Manchester United chasing the ball at the moment, but Everton, in spite of a series of successful passes, not so far going anywhere. Oh, that's a mistake by Keane and it's let in Barlow, and Schmeichel has saved and Cottee has had the follow-up blocked. But a terrible mistake by Keane, let Barlow in, and Barlow still trying to make an impact in the first team, hesitated over his shot and Schmeichel smothered it. Beagrie. Cottee taking up position through the middle. Bruce cuts out the pass. Ball in the air has not done much for Everton. They don't have the height up front. Cantona. Oh, that's a beautiful ball. Martin, first time, good cross. Oh, on the volley by Lee Sharpe, and a goal out of the blue. Perfectly executed volley. lean back just enough, left foot, like a bullet. 1-0, Manchester United, 8 minutes gone in the second half. Cantona. Too easily read. Ablett did it well. Ward. Fergie. Bigri. Now there are possibilities here. He's hit it well, but too high. Peter Bigri, good turn that took him past his man. But when he saw the target, a bit hasty, lean back, and the inevitable result. Alex Ferguson may not have been too pleased with everything he's seen this afternoon, but his team lead, but he wants a bit more from them. Keane has lost a boot, got it in his hand at the moment, and Bruce puts the ball out for a corner, and Keane can be reshot. Away by Hughes. Cantona tried a few of those this afternoon that haven't worked. Horn on target. And it was only just going under the crossbar, and Schmeichel barely had to jump. Fergie showing positive signs. Cottee, will he get there? Not quite. Brave and timely goalkeeping by Schmeichel. Had to anticipate the little chip through. Couldn't come too soon. Timed it very well. Holmes. They're not going to win many of those. On back to Ablett. Away by Ince. Hughes, I thought, had an arm across his man there. But the ball is with Everton, so no harm done. A flick on that time from Cottee. And Bigri was in, and Schmeichel, for the second time in the game, gets his body down fast and makes a block at point-blank range. Two excellent saves now by Schmeichel, and that time the big stretch and the more conventional save. But he's done very well. There have been not many chances in this game, and those there have been have fallen in the majority to Everton. So Manchester United can really thank Schmeichel. Oh, Sharpe is away again, could get his second here. Play on. Mr. Hackett took one look, waved them on. Quite happy with it. Three minutes left. Everton a goal down at home. Fergie. Oh, nice little flick. Penalty? No. The referee has turned them down at both ends, but that may have been the best shout yet. He may just have felt that Cottee was looking for that a little too eagerly. And there's the final whistle. Manchester United have done it thanks to the 53rd minute goal from Lee Sharpe, his 7th of the season. And it might not have been enough, but for the agility and bravery of Schmeichel on two crucial occasions, one in each half, when he got his body in the way of point-blank shots. That's the way you go to the top and stay top. And that's where Manchester United are, having beaten Everton by 1-0.
I remember that game. It was sunshine, bright day, and it was just the perfect conditions for a game of football. I had a good game, and you almost remember that when you come back to a place that I really enjoyed playing here. I've got the same thing with Ellen Road. love playing up there. I don't know why, but I mean, it's just you've got places around in the country, like the stadiums, you really enjoy playing at.
That weren't a particularly good game, but it was a bit. We never had many chances on goal. I think that was the only shot on goal we had, and it sort of come out the air. And I'm just right. I've got two of our players coming in. I thought they were going to take it off me, and in the end, I've just sort of hit an hope, if you like, to sort that either go in the top corner or in the top of the stand. And luckily, this one went top corner.
And we Sharpe hit this mother and fathers of a volley into the roof of the net, and I always remember Neville Southall just standing looking at it, and then puts his hands in his hips and looks like that. And West says, it's just not going to be our day. So it was a good win, but maybe not a great performance. And then getting the cup, it was a far better performance by us. We won 2-0. I thought we held the upper hand in the sense of we're always a good threat to them. Although, in fairness to Everton, they battled really hard.
Sell-out well before kick-off. Only a few obstructed views left inside Goodison Park for this Northwest derby. So Manchester United kick off, and I must say there's an air of pessimism amongst the Evertonians here tonight. Tradition at least favours them. The Blues have won the 2 League Cup ties these clubs have played. And Howard Kendall's team setting out their stall to attack early on. It looks as though they're playing with 5 midfielders and a sole attacker in Tony Cottee. Howard Kendall saying that the importance of this game speaks for itself, possibly the most important in his second spell back at Goodison Park. Then Chelskis to Parker, Robson. Cantona coming looking for the ball, and that's a bad pass by the Frenchman. Ian Snowden's onto it. And maybe he'll feel he was a little too adventurous to have a shot from that kind of distance. But it's livened the game up a little bit. Eric Cantona's mistake, allowing the first real attack of the game for Everton. Neville Southall yet to be tested. Robson wearing the captain's armband tonight, going in with an over-strong challenge. Always going to be Tony Cottee's ball, a vicious challenge, but he'll get a warning by the referee. Watson goes into the attacking role, Cottee in the area. Was that a back pass? Was it a foul? The referee says neither, and Cottee's appeals are waved away. But Dave Watson getting into that striking role. He was the scorer in the last round, of course, of 2 goals, and had to be a well-timed challenge by Pallister. Oh, good play from Hughes, good chip from Hughes, good goal from Hughes. Give him an inch and he'll give you a goal. "12 minutes gone. And Mark Hughes shows just why he has the reputation that he's got as one of the most lethal strikers from around 18 yards. Dave Watson was at fault for that one, let the ball go to Hughes, and just over the head of Neville Southall, and a brilliant goal from the Welshman. Well, that's livened the atmosphere up a bit. Parker. Barry Horn. Let's see it back on. He's always looking to make the safe pass, the 5-yard pass. He does this to Ward, who's the man that loves to spray it around. Hughes. Parker. Kanchelskis. It only takes a moment, a second's lapse in concentration with Giggs and Cantona and Mark Hughes on the field. He can soon be a goal behind. Kanchelskis. Difficult thing is getting the ball off the English champions. Making the most of the whole of this large Goodison Park pitch. The passes they've made now are well into double figures. They're teasing Everton. They've had possession now for well over a minute, Manchester United. It just shows how patient they are. Peter Schmeichel's lost a bit of patience, but a 40-yard pass Glenn Hoddle would have been proud of. They're making it look so easy. Just standing in positions. This is quite unbelievable football, and Andrei Kanchelskis loses the concentration. What an amazing array of passing and possession. Ebron straight forward. Now Stewart's gone into the attack. Cottie's in the centre. Ebron breaks into the area, but enough United players back to stop that attack. And now enough breaking forward to cause a bit of panic. That's why Barry Horne's in midfield to stem those flows. Snowden. Stewart bounces off his man. On again. Dave Watson. Barry Horne. Always the simple pass from Horne. Snowden. Good pass to Jackson, who's gone forward, but again a lack of concentration. He may well scratch his head. Frustrating times for Howard Kendall, and you can see it on his face. He's not a happy man. Cantona, great skills from the Frenchman, cavalier skills. Wide it goes to Parker. Kanchelskis. Gary Ablett epitomising the endeavour in the Evertonian shirt, but they're just lacking any kind of confidence. Only one home win in 6, and that was against Lincoln City. Good play by Jackson. And a bit of a set two between Graham, Stewart and Pallister. Stewart gets the decision and then wisely walks away from a rather irate Manchester United giant. This was the challenge. I don't think there's any doubt that Gary Pallister was pulling him. He went in there. A little bit of argy-bargy. And Brian Robson, the peacemaker. Pallister takes his position. Back in the middle of the defence. Everton have 9 players in front of the ball. Is that a shot? Is it a cross? But it's very easy for Peter Schmeichel, whatever it was. Good kick from Schmeichel, straight onto attack. Kanchelskis is going to have to go alone. And Ian Snowden covered something like 30 yards to get a foot in there. Parker. Kanchelskis offside. Referee had spotted Kanchelskis, who's up against 2 defenders on that near side of the field. Cottee to Everton. No support, has to go backwards. Now Hinchcliffe. You keep pumping in these crosses, there's nobody there. And the amount of wasted possession that Everton have had is very upsetting for the local fans. Horn battles past two players. Gives it back to Stewart. Shot from Stewart. First save of the evening for Peter Schmeichel. Racks it forward and Kanchelskis gives Ablett a chase. Will be an Everton throw. Jackson, good dummy. Again, it's the long ball down the wing. Ward to Snowden. To Barry Horn. Cottee fighting. Bruce winning. And Robson looking for some support. Gets it from Paul Parker. Robson. Cantona going to flick, but Gary Ablett means business. Good ball from Ablett to Stewart. He's done well. He's got round one. It's on his left foot. There's a very strong shot in both feet. Graham Stewart, and he's been the best source of attacks from Everton. That's 3 shots in a very short period of time. An element of luck there. You need that. And Gary Pallister, not for the first time, getting in a very good challenge. And he wants to repay some of that £1 million, Graham Stewart. He's in the centre now as the ball comes in. Watson beaten in the air. Mark Hughes brings it forward. Kanchelskis is broken. Watson gets back from attack to defence. Almost silence inside Goodison Park. The home fans are holding their breath. Very careful not to be too critical of their team. One goal could all of a sudden make them heroes. Gary Ablett to Everett. Nice touch from Stewart again. Cottie's in there. Parker applies the big boot. Jackson. Mark Hughes paying in the compliment of sliding in for the challenge. Spraying a lovely pass up there and really putting Steve Bruce under pressure. 2 wee men breathing down his neck. And Graham Stewart quite rightly points out that it's a corner kick and not a throw-in. No linesman on that side of the field. Hinchcliffe, the left-back, takes it. Schmeichel came and saw that very late. Of course, he was caught out recently for Denmark in a World Cup game from a corner when they put a man in front of him. Kanchelskis showing those on the front row his array of skills. Paul Ince, who's had a pretty quiet game, but what he's done pretty well. Giggs. And so tightly marked tonight, Ryan Giggs. This man, Gary Ablett, has had an exceptional game. In defence, that is. Ward. Again, across. Schmeichel's lost it in the floodlights. Gets it at the second attempt, and rich applause from the many Manchester United fans behind his goal. Commanding his area. A touch of the Grobbelaars, and Tony Cottee didn't know where the ball was, even if Schmeichel had lost it. minutes to go to half-time. Paul Parker hasn't been the best Manchester United performance by far. Falls to Giggs. Oh, and Neville Southall comes out and puts Giggs off. That just showed that out of nothing they can create chances. Again a long ball forward, again a lapse of concentration. Dave Watson letting the ball go. Matt Jackson had to come in late on Ryan Giggs. Let's kick. Watson goes forward. Schmeichel comes and claims. Oh, he's going to have to be careful if he as much as lifted a finger to Mark Ward then. It could have been a penalty. Ward coming in a little late and debatable whether he made any challenge, but the foot was up. You don't argue with Peter Schmeichel when he's in a bad mood. Watson's header. Pallister helps it on. Ward again, falls to Cottee. Steve Bruce takes the easy route out. And a better kick from Peter Schmeichel. A few of the fans have disappeared. They think that's half-time. It's in fact only offside against, I think it was Cantona. False alarm. 2.5 minutes into stoppage time. Everybody forward for Everton. Then towards Ablett, wins the header, but he was pushing and shoving. And the referee, after 2.5 minutes of stoppage time, blows up a first half which Manchester United have had the edge in. A brilliant goal from Mark Hughes, breaking the deadlock. It's Everton who've had most of the possession, but nothing to show for it. And have to do better over the next 45 minutes. Half-time scoreline, Everton 0. Manchester United 1.
I was taught, I had a personal coach when I played for Brøndby, and I mean his main principle was the most important thing for a goalkeeper is to keep the ball away from the goal. It's not to save it, not to make fancy saves, not to catch crosses or run out of your box and kick the ball away. It's to keep the ball away from the goal area, and you do that by giving directions to your defenders.
So it's Everton to kick off the second half with the pre-match warning of Paul Ince ringing in their ears. He said that Everton would have to raise their game 200% even to stand a chance against the English champions. Cocky maybe, but a little ironic on the first half showing. Just that Mark Hughes spectacular goal to show on the score sheet. And Everton far from out of it. Alex Ferguson, who spent the first half in the stands, is getting a much closer view at pitch side in the second half. Warnings of complacency, no doubt, ringing in the Manchester United players' ears. Watson goes forward, gets a flick, suspicion of handball. Play waved on. It was ball to hand rather than hand to ball. And Manchester United show just how good they can break out of defence. Kanchelskis flies, good shot from Kanchelskis. Oh, Hughes missing it. Giggs doesn't. And as they say in Wales, that's Ryan Giggs for you. Just a minute of the second half gone. And you have to say that he looks well beyond Everton now. The Welsh connection breaking out. Thumbs up from Ryan Giggs. It's from a corner kick they broke. Mark Hughes appeared to miss it. And Ryan Giggs thumped it through the legs of Gary Ablett and has possibly thumped Manchester United into the next round of the Coca-Cola Cup. You feel sorry for Neville Southall. Did the best that he could there, but his best wasn't good enough. And Ryan Giggs gets a late 20th birthday present. Everton now have to go out into all-out attack. Or to Cottee. Outmanned, outnumbered. Giggs. Only his 4th goal of the season. where fears he'd lost his touch because he was dropped by Alex Ferguson recently, but showing that he's still deadly. With only 4 minutes of the second half gone, Stuart Barlow's been told to strip off. He's going to get into the thick of the action. Everton will have to change their tactics. From 5 in midfield, they should possibly go to 4 in attack. Ince steals the ball. Hughes flicks it to nobody. Watson to Hinchcliffe. Pallister. Concentration personified. Watson to Ablett. To Snowden. He's getting further forward in the second half, but even in their worst nightmares, Everton couldn't have thought they were going to make the start that they did to the second period. They had the kick-off, they went on to attack, they had a corner, and suddenly they were 2-0 behind. Now they're really chasing the game. It's Jackson. Graham Stewart, 10 out of 10 for fighting spirit. Barry Horn. Jackson. Manchester United sitting back and soaking up the pressure. 10 players behind the ball. They're marking their men so well. Barry Horn forced to the corner flag. Jackson puts him across, which ends up causing problems only for the Evertonians behind the goal, who mumble and grumble. Stuart Barlow given encouragement by Colin Harvey, and Mark Ward, one of the 5 midfielders, makes way. And Stuart Barlow, the scorer of the goal at Wimbledon, not too happy about being left out by Howard Kendall tonight. Can come on and prove a personal point. Stewart. Stewart wins it back to Snowden. Cottee. Everton have moved to 4 in attack. The first touch for Stuart Barlow, a nice touch from Stuart Barlow. Cottee goes in there, penalty, no doubt about it. And Gary Pallister argues with the referee. No doubt that he's escape any punishment, regards cards. It was Stuart Barlow with his first touch of the ball who has created a penalty. Tony Cottee, who's missed some vital penalties for Everton, misses another one for Everton. Well, Cottee said recently that he was never going to take a penalty for Everton again after missing against Coventry. He missed a vital one in the FA Cup last season, and he's missed a crucial one again tonight. Credit though to Schmeichel, who made a brilliant save, and that should be another penalty. No, it isn't. The handball was the other way. And Gary Pallister again involved in a controversial incident. Here it is, ball in the air, Watson goes up. Whose hand was it that made contact? Well, I couldn't really tell. And Pallister gets the benefit of the doubt on that occasion. Watson back now in defence. Jackson. More incidents in the opening 8 minutes of the second half than there was in the first 45 minutes in total. Snowden. Stewart making things happen. The cross, Schmeichel comes and does extremely well. Most competent of catches. Peter Schmeichel, desperate to hang on to the clean sheet. It would be his 10th of the season if he pulls it off. Snowden to Watson. Snowden gets it back again. Goes forward. Good ball from Snowden, and again the pace of Barlow causes problems. Not a bad cross from Barlow. And Stewart, they're lining up in the centre. Schmeichel comes and drops it, he's lost it again, and Barlow, but a brilliant save by Schmeichel. More than made up for his error, but what an effect on Everton Stuart Barlow's had. Schmeichel is working miracles to keep his 10th clean sheet. Came for it, did actually better than it looked at first, to steal it off Cottie's head, and then what a brave save, a combination of Schmeichel and Bruce. Very clean game, first time that the trainer's been onto the field. And the magic sponge works on Bruce. The Everton crowd getting behind their team as it's played to the far post. A little too much on that for Jackson. The wing caught it, I think. Manchester United have shown once just how they can break out of defence from a corner kick. Brian Kidd, seeing the amusing side of things, even if Alex Ferguson doesn't. Move forward. Maybe this game is far from over as Barlow goes shoulder to shoulder with Pallister. Cottee gets it back. Everill's with him. This is Horn to Snowden. Maybe it's worth a shot. It is worth a shot. Oh, and it was a close one. And Peter Schmeichel flying across the goal. Had excellent contact with it, possibly a slight deflection as well. The referee doesn't think so. It's going to be a goal kick. Ian Snowden looking for his second goal in this competition. And with shooting like that, he's not far away from getting one. Well timed by Abbott. Pallister away. Watson it. Horn. Everett. Oh, and dare I say an elbow was flying then from Paul Ince. He decided he was going for the ball and unfortunately went through John Everett. Nothing malicious about it. Snowden. Going up. Giggs. Cantona, I think, is feeling a little cold. He's had little possession in the second half. Dave Watson's covered every inch of the field as an attacker and a defender. So is Ablett. Horn. Ablett again. Bruce. Only as far as Sebril. To Barlow. Intended pass. Intercepted by Ince, who set them on to attack. Now Giggs, nice footwork. One way and then the other, then back the other way. They can't stop him, only by foul means. Ryan Giggs' ankles were tapped by Gary Ablett. No stopping him when he's in full flight. He had three players twisting one way and then the other. And shots raining in from every direction on Neville Southall now. I have to feel sorry for Neville Southall. He's hardly had a save to make. He's been beaten twice. And Paul Ince almost got a third. I think it had Southall beaten. To Robson. Horn rising with the challenge. Robson wasn't too happy with that, but play goes on. Cantona finds Hughes. Hughes finds the fist of Southall. And it took the best that Neville Southall had to stop his mate Mark Hughes then. Now it's Giggs. Great cross from Giggs away, shouts Southall in desperation. It comes off the head of Dave Watson. Neville Southall with that firm one-handed save, keeping the game within Everton's sights. A few boos as Ian Snowden goes off. He's given his all. And Preki, the kind of player who can possibly turn a game with his continental skills. Comes on to a light wing role by the looks of things. Watson. Hughes shows that commitment. Nobody but nobody in a Manchester United shirt is allowed to rest on their laurels or they get dropped. Jackson to Barlow, allowed space to turn into. He looks to run at defenders, looks to get into that 18-yard, but she's taken Pallister on, and again Schmeichel gets to the ball. And Stuart Barlow and Peter Schmeichel are having their own little battle out there. Barlow is certainly make things happen, turn the England centre half inside out and force the Danish international goalkeeper into a first-class save. One over the top. Skips off the surface. And Hughes offside again. Watson has to do the aerial duty. Pallister winning the battle. Over the top again. Pallister lets it go. Bruce gets a little nod to it. And Chelskis carries it forward despite the attentions of a little bit of shirt pulling from Gary Ablett. Robson to Giggs. He's alone on the left. Cuts inside. Wide is Irwin. Good cross from Irwin away from Watson. Only as far as Ince. Stewart. Barry Horn, good pass to Preki. It's 3-on-3. Preki may choose to go alone. He likes to get the ball on his left foot and cut inside. Well, he goes to his right, and on his left again, and finds Barlow. Brilliant save from Schmeichel. Cottee goes in. Schmeichel comes again, makes another save, and there's no way past the big blonde giant. Well, the whole of Goodison Park rises to, I think I'm justified in saying, some world-class goalkeeping. First of all, it was Barlow stopped from point-blank range, and then he clawed it away from Cottee, and then used all of his body to get in the way of Stewart. Barlow again. With a too powerful a header, it falls to Hughes. Giggs is onside. Doesn't have a great deal of support. There's Neville Southall going. Straying out of his area. And if Giggs can get it in, they're waiting in the centre. And Matt Jackson again comes to his goalkeeper's rescue. Giggs, it appears, back to his best tonight. Everton shooting themselves in the foot. Easy catch for Southall. Referee gives the free kick. Steve Bruce is convinced he'd scored a goal then, and if I wasn't a member of the goalkeepers union, I may have agreed with him, but Neville Southall gets my vote. Ball up in the air. Southall went for it, and Bruce got the header to it, and his feet are on the ground. In my view, it was probably a fair shoulder charge. Preki. Barlow makes a run. Finds Barlow. Good pace from Barlow. Oh, Schmeichel again. There's no way past it. What do you have to do to beat Peter Schmeichel? Barlow's still down injured from that collision. That's why Hinchcliffe's holding the ball up. Barlow's up now. Preki again. Away by Bruce. To Preki. 3 in the centre. Away by Pallister. To Cantona. Skillful play. Everton with only Dave Watson back. And Neville Southall, of course, putting the ball out. And Southall has been leading the applause tonight whenever Schmeichel's been called into it. We're watching a goalkeeper at the very top of his profession. One-on-one situation. Barlow started that as favourite. It's Schmeichel who came away with rich applause. And Darren Ferguson is going to get the final 12 minutes to prove to his dad that he's worth a place in the first team. Ryan Robson, a man to go off. Chelskis. Not a great cross, but it falls to Hughes. This kick from Ablett. Play on. Southall's lost it. But the referee had already given the free kick. I think Giggs heard the whistle in the loud crowd here. I think Gary Ablett will be delighted that the referee gave him the decision there. It looked a marginal decision. The very best. Schmeichel's massive kick has caught Jackson out. They don't want to be lackadaisical when Giggs is around. Gary Ablett shielding it from his goalkeeper. Cool under pressure. Fergie. Again, the ball runs in Barlow's favour. How Howard Kendall must wish that he'd played him from the start. He's been brilliant since he came on as a substitute. Fergie, the other Everton substitute, created a chance or two himself. Cottee flying in there. Fergie again. Well read by Paulins. Now Cantona. Cantona again. Oh, great skills. Hughes. Cantona wants it in the centre. There he is. There it is. But he's offside. Providing rich entertainment. And 3 disallowed goals for Manchester United, a missed penalty, and 2 rather spectacular efforts as well. What else can you ask for in a match? Manchester United fans ironically cheering 5-0 behind Neville Southall's goal. Fergie. Wide it goes to Hinchcliffe. Graham Stewart. Across all the way to Peter Schmeichel. He's still cross. He wants to hold on to his shutout. Cantona. It's party time. Cantona, a twist, a turn, 1 defender too many. And Southall very careful not to pick the ball up. And he's joining in the party. And he'll cry if he wants to. $34,000 crowd and the Everton fans getting taunted. Manchester United fans singing "You've been outclassed." Well, that's not the full story, of course. The Everton fans in the Gladys Street end are getting up and going. They've seen enough. has been one of the better Everton performances of late. They probably reached an all-time low when they played against Queen's Park Rangers a couple of Saturdays ago. Every pass being made by a man in a red shirt who's been cheered loudly. Cantona. Aaron Ferguson going in there. Jackson. Everton sticking to their task. The head's not going down. They have 5 men in attack. Fergie keeps going. Lovely ball to Barlow, but Barlow wasn't watching and didn't get a shout from his fellow substitute. Agonising evening for the Everton fans, leaving early. It's been better than the Queen's Park Rangers performance and the Leeds United performance, but not good enough to beat the champions. Fergie goes past Ferguson, and that's going to be a corner kick. Just over 2 minutes to go. 2 goals in it. Stranger things have happened in cup football, of course. Fergie to Ablett. A cry for handball. The referee points not to the penalty spot, but to the corner flag. Hinchcliffe's cross. Get her up, Watson, can't get it on target. Jackson to Stewart. Jackson again to Fergie. Trying to get him on his left foot. A rather theatrical dive. And Paul Parker, so solid at the back, comes away again with the ball. But slips. And nobody giving up, even though 89 minutes are up into the final minute. The thrilling second half of a cup tie, even if the first half was delayed. Barlow, who deserves a goal, deserves to get around Peter Schmeichel at least once, but it's been Peter Schmeichel's evening. If his week continues like this, I put a large bet on the horses, he can't go wrong. Alex Ferguson still on for the treble. Oh, what a great pass to Giggs. Giggs round Southall, just gets a fingertip to it. And that was excellence right up to the final minute. And maybe on that occasion, Everton were outclassed. A tremendous pass, a well-timed run. And only Matt Jackson saving the blushes. Giggs. Well, they're trying anything now. Ferguson slips off the hand of Jackson. And at this late stage, the referee's not going to give a penalty, I don't think. Pallister. Bruce. Parker. Header over the top, the linesman's flag goes up. It wasn't Barlow who was offside, but Cottee. The referee Philip Wright blows the whistle. Alex Ferguson with a handshake to Howard Kendall. You have to feel for the Everton boss. His team gave everything, especially in the final 45 minutes, but they fell to men at the top of their profession. Mark Hughes with a typical Mark Hughes goal. Read spectacular into that. And then Ryan Giggs making sure of the victory with just a minute gone in the second half. Congratulations from his Welsh teammate Neville Southall. But it's this man who was at his very, very best. Only 25, Peter Schmeichel, still 10 years left at the top. His third clean sheet in a row, keeping the scoreline down in the end to Manchester United 2, Everton 0 here at Goodison Park.
It was just one of these days, you know, you get everything going and you get the opportunity to come into the game early. I mean, it's very rare that I can have games like that, because they had so many chances in that game, and normally the defence just keep them away from me. So I mean, that was nice to have a game like that, and I really enjoyed playing that game. That night was just, I mean, and nothing could come past me that night, and it had to happen. That's my first penalty save for the club, so at some point it had to happen, and I think that night was supposed to be. It's meant to be. I mean, I used to play handball. I know you don't really know that game over here. I used to be a goalkeeper, and that was part of what a goalkeeper did when the player was one-on-one with a goalkeeper. So I mean, that's instincts from my old days. Like.
So that was a save from the handball repertoire then?
Yeah, I think it was, yeah.
A great volley from Mark Hughes for the first one, from a Paul Ince cross-field pass. And it's one of these passes, when you hit diagonals, if a defender doesn't read it right, he's out of the game. And that's what happened. Dave Watson went to intercept and didn't quite get to it, and Mark chested it down and hit a half volley right over Neville Southall. The second goal was a lovely piece of football, out of defence, up to Eric Cantona, out to Andrew Concheltis, shot saved by Southall, breaks off to Ryan Giggs, who rifled into the corner net, and just as quick as that, just after half time, and really, in effect, put an end to the game. Well, I hope you've enjoyed those videos and those goals and great games. So when the next video comes out, I'm sure you're going to enjoy them again. See you.